What's up everybody, Brett Medlock here. This is the Games of E3 series that I'm doing for all three of my channels, Xbox Enthusiast, Nintendo Enthusiast, and of course my personal favorite, PlayStation Enthusiast. Today I wanted to talk about my most anticipated game of all time, which is The Last of Us Part 2. Wow, what can I say about this game? I am so excited for it. We don't know a whole lot, but there is still plenty to speculate, and they've showed us a couple glimpses into what it's going to be like, so I'm going to unpack that right now. So first, I'll start off with the second trailer that we got a glimpse at the new characters in the game, which we also don't know a whole lot about, which is a younger boy. He's kind of young, probably like almost a teenager, or maybe like 13 or 14. His name is Lev, and he has an older sister named Yara or something like that. They seem pretty interesting. We also don't know a lot about them. We only saw a short glimpse into how pretty much awesome they are when it comes to surviving in this world. It was along with them with a new girl named Emily, which I believe we saw actually die in the trailer, or maybe she just got shot or something. Here's the thing though, they announced that she's a cast member, like she's like sort of a main character. I mean, they told us who the voice actress was, but I thought that was pretty weird that they would tell us the voice actress and everything of a character who we already know dies. So my guess is that is either this whole like segment, this whole cutscene is either really late in the game when she actually dies, because she seems like she might be some type of like main like villain. My guess is that she doesn't actually die in this cutscene. Like Naughty Dog always tricks us with their trailers and whatnot. I believe with The Last of Us, they showed us a trailer of Joel like on the ground dying, like asking for help, and that actually never showed up in the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if this trailer, like whether it be the whole thing or just the part where she was dying, completely be out of the game. I don't think that Emily is going to die how she did in this trailer. I think that she's actually going to be a pretty important part of the story, and she's going to be like throughout the whole thing, and maybe die at the very end since she is the bad guy. But I just think it's really interesting that they would choose to show this. A lot of people weren't sure about this trailer. They thought maybe that it was a little too gory, a little too brutal, and too much death, but I really don't mind. I think it was a good indication of how the game and how the world is that you live in a post-apocalyptic world with zombies and people murdering each other. So I think showing that kind of stuff in a trailer only helps convey what we're getting into. So I don't have any gripes about that. I think it was really cool. I would have preferred to see Joel and Ellie again rather than see new characters, just because I would rather jump in and get to know these characters in the game instead of getting to know them before we get the game. So, but either way, I'm still excited about these new characters. I'm glad we're going to be getting different stories. But main thing I wanted to talk about is this a different timeline from The Last of Us with Joel and Ellie, The Last of Us Part 2 with Joel and Ellie? Is this the timeline with Ellie's mother, who is the final character I want to talk about in this trailer, the girl who gets hung and she's about to die and then she gets saved by Yara and Lev? So this, a lot of people are guessing, is Ellie's mother, not only because her motto looks really similar, but the main villain, Emily, she said she's nested with sin and then scratched her stomach with a knife. That gives us kind of a clue that maybe she could be pregnant with Ellie at this time. So this could be before Ellie was born and pre all that stuff that happened in The Last of Us 1, at least not in the beginning, but after that. I think this could be a really awesome approach, and I think it would be cool to see some characters that were actually in The Last of Us before they died, like maybe Joel, which is highly doubtful. Or it would be really interesting to see the dynamic and the relationship of Marlene and Ellie's mom, which would be super interesting, knowing what Joel ends up doing to Marlene at the end of The Last of Us. Spoilers, by the way. I'm sure everyone has played The Last of Us by now. But yeah, I think it would be awesome to maybe see some characters that have died. Like, it would be super cool, in my opinion. But we don't really know until the game comes out. And like I said, there's not much else known about the game. We do know that Ellie's mom, or not Ellie's mom, but this mystery character that's probably Ellie's mom, has 4 letters in her name, which also, coincidentally, Ellie's mom, her name is Anna, which also has 4 letters in the name. So it's pretty much almost confirmed, but not confirmed, that this is Ellie's mother. I would be really surprised if it's not. I think that would be, I would kind of be disappointed if it's not, but I would still be eager to see where the story goes and how they do it. Now, on to the first trailer that we got, which was a couple years ago, actually, which is pretty crazy. This was Ellie sitting on the bed with Joel walking up to her with a bunch of dead bodies around the house, and her saying, I'm gonna find and I'm gonna kill every last one of them. Who is she talking about, and why does she want to kill them? Is she talking to a fake version of Joel in her brain because she's going crazy and just murdered a bunch of people? Is Joel fine? I personally don't want Joel to die, at least not in the beginning of the game, and then him be like this like spiritual guide throughout the journey. I would much prefer him and Ellie continue their journey together, and they have this super dynamic and awesome relationship, just like they did in the first Last of Us. That was my favorite part of the game, probably, just how their relationship worked. It was just a love story, basically, which Neil Druckmann has said that The Last of Us 1 was a love story, and The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be a hate story. So, who hates who? Why do they hate them? And what is going to happen? I just can't wait any longer! The Last of Us is so good. I just want to play The Last of Us 2 so bad, which I doubt I'm going to get to play it at E3, but at least it is 100% confirmed, at least basically confirmed. Neil Druckmann said that they're going to show gameplay of The Last of Us Part 2 at E3, and recently Sony went on record saying that we're going to see highlights of The Last of Us Part 2 during E3, which is a little odd. Sony's doing this thing where they're telling us everything that's going to be there beforehand. Not sure how I feel about that. I like being surprised, especially when I'm out in the audience. I don't know, I'm a baby, but I like surprises. Come on, Sony, don't tell us everything. I'm still hoping they have some surprises up their sleeves, and I'm sure they do with these games, like Ghost of Tsushima, and even Spider-Man. I think we'll probably see a little bit more of that at E3, even though it's out just a couple months after that. But The Last of Us Part 2 and Death Stranding are probably the two biggest mysteries. What do these games' gameplay look like, and are they going to be as amazing as we think? My answer is probably. Actually, it's basically yes. These games are going to be amazing, and I just can't wait. Let me know everything that you think down in the comments section below. I want to talk The Last of Us with you. Who do you think these characters are? What do you think we're going to see at E3? Do you think it's going to be two separate timelines? Do you think they're going to tell us before the game comes out? Or do you think we're going to have to wait and see when we play the game? Like I said, everything in the comments. This is the Games of E3 series. Be sure to check it out on Nintendo Enthusiast and Xbox Enthusiast channels as well. I'm doing games related to those platforms over there, and I'll be doing all PlayStation stuff right here in my home in the world of PlayStation, my favorite place to play. I'm Brett Medlock, and I will talk to you guys later.
Wife is number one, but she's also kinda delicate. Keeps her on top, kinda hard to operate, and I don't care, cause my platinum number's 48. 25 years old, really like to lose still.